Welcome to the Inspiring Tech Leaders podcast with me, Dave Roberts. This is the podcast that talks with tech leaders from across the industry, exploring their insights, sharing their experiences, and offering valuable advice to technology professionals. The podcast also explores technology innovations and the evolving tech landscape, providing listeners with actionable guidance and inspiration. So can you believe it? It was just last week I was talking about the AWS outage, and then it goes and happens again to Microsoft with its Azure cloud services. This disruption, which took down a wide range of Microsoft systems from Azure to Xbox Live, happened just hours before Microsoft was set to announce its earnings. It's a perfect storm of technical failure, corporate timing, and a deeper question about what really causes these large-scale digital blackouts. Today I will talk about what exactly went wrong, how Microsoft recovered, and why in the age of sophisticated cyber threats we often jump to the wrong conclusion about the root cause of these incidents. Let's start with the facts about the outage itself. The disruption was widespread, affecting millions of users globally. The official timeline for Microsoft's Azure status history places the core incident between 3:45 p.m. UTC on October 29th and 5 minutes past midnight UTC on October the 30th. The culprit, as confirmed by Microsoft, was a configuration error within a service called Azure Front Door, or AFD. For those unfamiliar with AFD, it is a critical global routing and content delivery service. The issue wasn't a cyber attack, but more rather an internal technical failure. An inadvertent configuration change was deployed, which introduced an invalid or inconsistent state. This caused a significant number of AFD nodes, these being the physical and virtual services that handle the routing, to fail to load properly. As these unhealthy nodes dropped out, the remaining healthy nodes became overloaded, leading to a cascading failure across multiple regions and services. The official postmortem revealed a crucial detail, this being the protection mechanisms designed to validate and block erroneous deployments failed due to a software defect. This defect allowed the faulty configuration to bypass the safety checks, turning a simple administrative mistake into a global crisis. Recovery was a deliberate phased process involving a rollback to a last known good configuration and gradually rebalancing traffic to avoid a secondary overload. The timing of this outage could not have been worse. It occurred just hours before Microsoft scheduled earnings announcement. For a company whose future is increasingly tied to the reliability and growth of its intelligent cloud segment, this was a moment of intense scrutiny. Yet, despite the massive disruption, Microsoft reported strong earnings. The intelligent cloud segment, driven by Azure, continued to show double-digit growth. CEO Satya Nadella emphasized the company's commitment to resilience and highlighted the accelerating adoption of their AI services, particularly Copilot. The sheer scale and embedded nature of Azure means that even a temporary failure doesn't immediately derail the long-term financial trajectory. The market is clearly focused on Microsoft's future in AI, with Copilot adoption seemingly outweighing the short-term impact of the outage in the eyes of the investors. Microsoft's quick and detailed explanation of the root cause, this being a configuration error and a software defect, helped manage the narrative and maintain trust, a critical factor in the cloud business. Now let's turn to the broader context informed by the data we have on major outages. When a service like Azure goes down, the immediate public assumption, and often the media's first headline, is cyber attack. But the data tells a different story. Most large-scale outages in recent years have been caused by internal technical issues, not external hacking. Most common root causes are configuration or software updates gone wrong, DNS routing issues, or a human or automation error. In the case of the Azure outage, it falls squarely into the configuration or software update gone wrong category. Microsoft has been clear that it was an internal configuration issue, not hacking. However, the line is getting blurred, and this is where IT leaders need to pay attention. While most outages are not attacks, we are seeing a significant trend that cyber attack-driven outages are rising. Cyber criminals are moving from data theft to system disruption as a primary weapon, targeting healthcare, telecom, and government services with sophisticated DDoS attacks. Disruption gets attention, impacts economies, and damages trust. Furthermore, there are nuances that complicate the immediate diagnosis. National state cyber attacks are increasingly sophisticated and could be designed to look like a system failure. Companies rarely confirm a cyber attack immediately, even if suspected, due to legal, regulatory, and stock price implications. They need to confirm the root cause first. A misconfiguration like the one that hit Azure could theoretically be triggered by malware or social engineering. This is why early statements from companies often say we're investigating a service issue, even when a cyber incident is possible. The bottom line for IT and security leaders is this: while internal technical failures, especially configuration errors, remains the most frequent cause of outages, the threat of disruption as a cyber tactic is growing. Organizations must prepare for the assumption that disruption will continue to be a favored tactic by malicious actors. The Azure outage was a powerful reminder that even the most advanced cloud infrastructure is vulnerable to the simplest of errors, a faulty configuration deployment. It highlights the critical need for robust safety validations and rapid rollback capabilities. But more than that, it serves as a case study reminder in modern digital resilience. Microsoft quickly identified the issue, restored service, and maintained its financial momentum. But the incident forces every organization to ask, when our systems fail, is it an error of code or an act of war? The ability to quickly and accurately answer that question is becoming one of the most critical functions of modern IT leadership. Well, that's all for today. Thanks for tuning into the Inspiring Tech Leaders podcast. If you've enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with your network. You can find more insights, show notes, and resources at www.inspiringtechleaders.com. Head over to our social media channels. You can find Inspiring Tech Leaders on X, Instagram, Inspo, and TikTok. Let me know what you think of both the recent AWS and Azure outages, and if you think these are configuration errors or more sophisticated methods of cyber warfare. Thanks again for listening. Until next time, stay curious, stay connected, and keep pushing the boundaries of what's possible in tech.